Somebody let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, I just cut the sound on the computer so I can hear. Um, Guys, my heart is so heavy right now. This is so sad. Again, it's like this is Malia Davis 2.0. I can't even find the words to express how I feel about this because we just did a show last night. Spencer came on the show. You know, it was a combination of seriousness, sadness, and laughter. And it just said that we can go from there. And here we are with this right here. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been confirmed that another black baby has been found. And they're saying that the body was found in a dumpster. I'm gonna do my best to try to get commentary on this story, but I can't guarantee you how I'm gonna hold up because I'm truly heartbroken. Just like with the Malia case, I'm very heartbroken by this. I'm very heartbroken. So let me get a couple of minutes of silence to this baby right here, and why I still share out the show and let people know that I'm live. Young Kamille Cupcakes Mckinney, rest in peace, young lady. Rest in peace. Sorry. Um, like I was saying, y'all, it's a cold world, man. I worked 2 jobs. I worked this morning, then I just worked my other job. I just come home. I took a shower. Um, I was getting ready to eat. And I was gonna lay it down for the night. And all of a sudden, my phone just started blowing up. My phone started blowing up, and like a lot of y'all in the chat, I said the same thing. And this can't be. Please tell me this can't be. Um, it's all BS. You know what? Right now, the way I'm feeling, I feel the same way that you feel. I really do. Um, and my phone's still blowing up now. Um, I don't know what to say, guys. I'm gonna do my best to try to get through this. Cause y'all know how I broke down with the Malia David case. I broke down. You know, I don't like to let people see me cry. I don't care what it is. I don't like people let people to see me cry. But you know, hey, sometimes the tears got to come, and I'm holding them back now. I was crying earlier. You see me wipe my eyes, but man, I'm trying my best to get through this. But I'm very heartbroken by this. These babies are beautiful, precious, and don't seem like they don't have a chance at nothing now because you got irresponsible parents and you got irresponsible people that they bring around their children. Okay? Y'all heard what the man said when I did the interview last night. He said he told his baby mama, I don't like for you to bring my child in this area. But according to him, she brought the baby to that area anyway, just to go to work. Now, how irresponsible is that? And then you got people that questioned, well, if you didn't like the baby being over there, then why did you come get her? That's a good question too. But then here's the question too. Did he know that the baby was over there? That's another question. Did he know? And if he did know, then yes, I'll ask him the same thing. If you knew your child was at a place that you didn't like where she was at, then dude, you should have got on the first thing smoking and went and got your baby. And now another baby with a pretty smile is gone from this earth. So I'm gonna try my best, man, to get through this. I really am, man. Y'all can hear my voice. I am heartbroken, man. I'm trying not to cry. Trying my best not to. All right, guys. Let me see if I can get this thing to play, and let's see what they saying.
Every day we hit the
Oh,
streets
Jesus Christ, a fucking ad. Come on,
to
man.
inform you,
The tax debate continues in Birmingham.
prepare you,
We're tracking severe weather.
alert you.
Major traffic delays here.
WVTM 13 News, beginning at 4 p.m.
It happens not to be.
Somebody said no sound. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? I just seen somebody say no sound. I think you may be back some, so you might need to refresh. Can y'all hear me? Y'all let me know y'all can hear me. And if you did just come in, you might need to refresh. Could you catch me at the beginning? Okay, cool. Thank you. Y'all have it, man. Please get them thumbs up. I'm trying my best not to cry, man. I promise I'm trying my best not to.
That type of press conference. I brought you here today because the Birmingham Police Department along with the FBI, have located the remains of a 3-year-old child who we believe to be Kamille "Cupcake" Mckinney. Her remains were found inside of a dumpster, and they were recovered inside of a landfill here in Birmingham. We had been detaining all of the trash being collected from one area, and we found this evening remains of a child that we believe to be Kamille. As all of you know, Kamille was last seen at approximately 8:30 p.m. on Saturday, October 12th, in the Tom Brown housing community while attending a party. We issued an Amber Alert after that, but our investigators, along with the FBI, have worked tirelessly 24 hours a day to locate this young child and to bring her back home and to hold those accountable who were involved in her disappearance, in her kidnap, and ultimately her demise. Tomorrow we will be screening warrants for kidnapping and capital murder against Patrick Stallworth and Derek Arisha Brown. Brown still remains in custody. Stallworth was taken into custody after we placed the last pieces of the puzzle that we've been working on for quite some time to make sure that we had all of the evidence that we needed to bring them into custody. As you know, we located the Toyota Sequoia with the beige trim, and we also were able to locate Brown and Stallworth soon thereafter, based upon information and evidence that we had already obtained at the scene. Locating the remains were the last pieces of the puzzle that we needed to bring the capital murder charges and the kidnap charges against the individuals, which we will seek warrants for on tomorrow. I want to thank the public for all of the information, all of the tips, all of the video, and their cooperation with this police department during the time of this investigation. More importantly, I want to thank the FBI, National Exploited and Missing Children's, Jefferson County EMA, Governor Kay Ivey, who offered so much for a warrant, for a reward, Crime Stoppers, generous donors who stepped forward, who just wanted to see this young child come home, volunteers who came out on a Sunday evening, who went through tons of brush, downstreams, in water, and in trash just to find this young child. Birmingham Fire and Rescue, who I can't truly thank enough for all they've done. There were a ton of people who were involved who wanted to see this young child come home. But I hope that this message is not lost. I hope this message is not lost to young mothers, to grandmothers, and to the entire Birmingham community. It only takes a split second. We can no longer assume that everyone is a part of the village that's trying to raise the child. We cannot take those things for granted. We must work incredibly hard to do more to save the children in this community. This young child has touched a nation. This young child has definitely sent a message across the nation that we all must be diligent to protect them all. I'll turn it over to Mayor Randall Woodfin for his remarks.
I think in this moment, in our city, for our city right now, it is very hard. Taking in the news that the police chief has said about what's happened to Kamille Mckinney, affectionately known as Cupcake. But I think it's the hardest for April Thomas, Kamille's mother, Dominique Mckinney, Kamille's father, who have received this information, and I know without a doubt are in tears right now. But they're not in tears alone. They're not crying alone. They're not mourning alone. Tonight, our entire city is mourning. Kamille is gone, ripped away from her family. The pain her family is enduring is unimaginable. As Chief has said, and I think I need to make this point, the perpetrator of this crime will be brought to justice and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. But tonight, right now, and at this moment that we're standing in, I ask one thing of this community: not to take sides, not to finger point, but if there is any finger pointing to do, it's only at the perpetrator who would kidnap an innocent 3-year-old. I ask every member of this community to stand in solidarity beside this broken family. Over the last 9 days, we have been in tune to what's happening here, but more now than ever, this family needs us all. And so tonight, Birmingham, we mourn as one. Please uplift this family. Uplift your own families. Hold your loved ones a little tighter. To the family of Kamille, I speak on behalf of all the citizens and residents of the city, speaking directly to you to let you know that your pain, your grief, your tears, your anger, your sadness, your many questions, your pain is not ignored. Your cries for help have not gone unanswered and will not go unanswered. This is a sad day for Kamille's family. This is a very sad day for our entire community. And I ask that we all, in solidarity, lift Kamille's entire family up in prayer. A 3-year-old has been snuffed out from her family. And as I think about my own nieces, as many of you all think about your own daughters, your own granddaughters, a year from now, she's supposed to be prepping for pre-K. This is tough. It's a tough moment for our city, a tough moment for this family.
A game-changing event for the Alabama Crimson Tide on Saturday night when quarterback Tua
Our passion has been natural from the very beginning.
Well, first of all, let me say this right here. Quite a few of you say that the stories that I do, this, that, the third, a lot of times it's hard for y'all to listen. And I get it. But a lot of times these stories need to be put out there. So if it's hard for y'all to listen, then imagine how hard sometimes it is for me to do it. Especially when you find out stories like this. But at the same time though, I appreciate everybody who do listen. And I appreciate everybody who send me these stories, because they let me know you do appreciate what I do. And you do at least like the commentary. Or you want to hear my thoughts on the commentary of the story. I don't know how y'all go. I don't know how close y'all can see my eyes right now, but they probably look bloodshot red. That's why I had to walk off for a minute. I had to get myself together, man. Because this is Malia Davis all over again. But it seems like only this time it's not the parents, at least not for now. This is sad, truly sad. Truly sad. And I always tell y'all, I just wish it's something that I can do besides talk. Maybe sprinkle some magic dust or something, just make all this shit disappear and let these babies live. But unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't. So the question is there such thing as being overprotective? I saw somebody say that in the comment section earlier. They said somebody told them that they always overprotect over their children. But that's not a necessarily bad thing. Not in this era. It's not a bad thing now. Now you see anything can happen within the snap of a finger. It's not a bad thing. But the sad thing about it is we can't protect them 24/7. And it seems like no matter how hard you try to protect them, something always happens. But with this story, for what I had heard so far and what I had covered, it don't seem like this baby was much protected at all. She was just out there free. Because remember what I said earlier, the daddy said that I played the interview that he told the mama, I don't like when you bring my daughter over in this area. But the baby mama did it anyway. And now look what happened. Now you heard the dude say, you know, let's not play the pointing finger game. I think that's kind of easier said than done. Because if his baby hadn't been over there where he didn't like his child to be, then this probably never would have happened. But then again, you got the rapper dude saying, you know what happened to your child. The rapper dude I played last night, he said, you know what happened to your child while you're up here fronting. And that's why I say with a lot of you ladies, when y'all got these guys who live that street life, who live that thug life, y'all have children, y'all choose to procreate who you want to procreate with. But what good is they doing if you allowing the father to bring the street life into your home? Did we not learn anything from the, what's the young boy named? Tamir Rice? I think that's his name. They couldn't get to the dad. They lured his son to an alley and executed his son. Did we not learn anything from that? If they can't get to you, or they can't get from you what you owe them, they're going to go to the next thing that you love the most. And 9 times out of 10, that's your children. Have we not learned that yet? And look what happened. Nisa said, "Take your time, Chris. You appreciate it. I'm trying my best, man. This shit is really fucking with me. It really is." And I got people messaging me and stuff. I'm gonna be okay, y'all. I'm just heartbroken. Seriously, I appreciate everybody messaging me, though. You know, I really appreciate it. Let me do something real quick, and I'm gonna bring I want y'all to just think about that, though. I mean, you procreate with a person who live in a thug life, who in the streets all the time, and that's the way they make their money, is through the streets. But for some reason, little did we understand, you know, the street life follows you. I'm not a thug, but even I know that the street life follow you. The drug gangs follow you, okay? So wherever you go, it's gonna come right behind you, even when you go home. Now, who wanna live a life where you gotta keep looking over your shoulder? I know I don't. But you got a lot of people that don't mind living their life. I'm trying to find something real quick. Okay. Y'all give me a minute. Hold on. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me, I may be sniffing all up in the mic. Excuse me. All right, guys. Let me get into some of these links that were sent to me. And let's see if we can make some sense out of any of this stuff. Guys, I believe to be joined by Spencer again. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Well, look what we have here. You know, yesterday, you know, we had a good show. It was full of sadness, you know, laughter and fun. And here we are today that they say the baby body has been found.
You know, I think those of us who are so-called decent and respectable, we get hurt because we be expecting everybody to be made of the same shit, and that's not how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And no respect or regard for human life no more.
So when we did the show last night, um, the two people who they had arrested, at first they saying it wasn't them, but look like they saying it is them now. What do you know about that?
I actually have not thought of that. I really, well, earlier today, I went lurking the rappers page.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I kind of left it alone because I had other things going on. I really didn't know any of this with the updates had gone on until I was just sitting here chilling. And your notification popped up. Yours and Ictamil's. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I had just got home from work because I work pretty much all day today. And as soon as I got out the shower, you know, my phone started blowing up and saying that this baby body has been found. And then I got a notification on Facebook from the group that you put me in. They was asking for a moment of silence, you know, and I think they changed the name on the group or whatnot. And so people started sending me links, you know, left and right. And I'm just like, nah, man, this can't be true. You know, we just did a show about this baby yesterday, and now they found this baby body in a dumpster.
Now, two things disturb me about that. Number one, this baby been missing for over 10 days, and we know good and hell well that the dumpster been emptied in the last 10 days. So that means somebody just did this and just put that baby in the dumpster.
Right. I can see that.
When the heat started cranking up and it got more urgent, and the past few weeks, all this spin with, you know, all of that, somebody made a bad decision and just freshly did what they did and threw that baby away like trash. Now, last night, and I'm going to inform the listeners, last night after we got off the air, those of you who were listening, heard me say I have a friend that lives down in Alabama near this area. And Chris was like, see if you can get on the show. So after the show was over, I called her. And what I didn't say on the show, and I'm glad I didn't say, is my friend works for Alabama law enforcement. And when I called her last night, I asked her, would she be willing to, you know, spill a little bit of the tea for the show's purposes? First, she told me, she says, no, I cannot, but I will tell you this. We're looking for that baby's body. And I called Chris back and he'll tell you I told him this. So she said she's not coming on the show, but she said realistically speaking, they're looking for the body now.
And here we are today, and they found the body.
And I said, and I asked her, I says, Tree, y'all sure that this baby is dead? She says, pretty much.
So, since they try to say the first two people who that was arrested for allegedly for this crime, does they take the dad out the equation, or do people still think the dad or the mom may have something to do with it as well?
I'm still stuck on the considering one of the people is still in jail and never got released from the first beginning part of this. And they just let the man out of jail, and I'm quite sure they were following him around. I don't believe I don't believe them folks did. Because where would that baby have been while they were sitting in jail? This ain't like the case out in South Carolina that broke earlier, so they would have found that baby in the landfill. That's where this baby should have been if she was kidnapped and killed 10 days ago, because that dumpster was supposed to have been emptied. Unless, because I always have to give shit the benefit of the doubt, unless this is some random dumpster that was not in usage, had no service to it, like maybe behind a business that was closed or something like that. An actual in-use dumpster would have had to have been emptied in 10 days.
So I got Argo pulled up here on Crime Online. I'm gonna see what they say up here. Maybe we can pinpoint some clues or whatever the case may have you. So it goes to say that Kamille Mckinney, the missing 3-year-old Alabama girl who was kidnapped during a birthday party on October the 12th, has been found dead following a massive search that involved local, state, and federal authorities. Birmingham Police Chief Patrick Smith said Mckinney's body was discovered in a dumpster located in Birmingham, the same city where she vanished days earlier. The details surrounding her death are unknown at this point in time, but Smith said Patrick Stallworth, 39, and Derek Brown, however you say that girl name, Derek Brown?
Derek Irisha Brown.
Her name is Derek?
Actually, that ain't her name. There's a video circulating about that. We'll talk about that later on. Keep reading.
Okay, and Derek Brown, 29. The two persons of interest they look into custody a day after McKinney's disappearance would be charged with capital murder. Smith said the dumpster McKinney was found in was located near the Woodside condominiums in Center Point, where authorities picked up Stallworth and Brown a day after McKinney's disappearance. Then it goes on to say that McKinney was last seen alive at the Tom Brown Village Public Housing Community on October the 12th at around 8:30 p.m. Children who were also at the party McKinney attended reportedly said that a man handed out candy before putting the barefoot toddler in a Toyota Sequoia, and driving off. The police chief said McKinney's mother didn't make any public pleas for her daughter's safe return at the request of law enforcement. He explained that they kept the mother from the media because they had clear suspects in the case. Smith, who was charged with child pornography in a separate case, was out on bail at the time McKinney's body was discovered. He was reportedly rearrested an hour before Birmingham police held their 9 p.m. Eastern press conference. Brown remains jailed after her bond was revoked in an unrelated 2018 abduction case involving the Department of Human Resources and her 3 children. So one of the things you said yesterday was, you didn't think no candy was involved, but they just confirmed that candy was involved.
I said that nigga didn't drop no can on the ground. Them kids was already down there playing in the dirt. Because people were saying, oh, he was sprinkling candy on the ground. No, he didn't. The kids was already playing on the ground with the man on her face.
Well, according to this right here, it sounds like Smith is confessing. Yeah, it says Smith. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So who is Smith? I guess Smith is a detective or something. Smith, hold on. Birmingham Police Chief. Oh yeah, okay. Chief Patrick Smith. Okay, said Mckinney's body was discovered and dumpster located in Birmingham. Okay, but anyway, they're allegedly saying that they offered the baby candy, and the other kids saying that they saw these people take this child or whatnot. And like a question that a lot of people was asking in the chat room yesterday, you saw two children in the video, but only one went missing. And again, when I played the mom's, thing, she said, "Why do you, whatever was going on, why did you take my child?" Something to the fact of the matter. And I kept saying, why would you say that? They don't sound right and they don't look right at all. It was got a lot of people thinking that y'all two know what's going on here. Um, Well, for now, it look like these two are the corporates. They've been rearrested. Well, the girl was never out, but the man, like, he's been rearrested for this murder. Okay?
That's what I'm saying. It had been somebody else involved because they arrested him too fast. They arrested him the next morning after this happened. So that meant that Fat Mama is still in jail, as we know.
Mm-hmm.
The dude stayed in jail a day and got out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they killed that baby before they got arrested, they were arrested less than 12 hours after the kidnapping. So they kidnap her and instantly kill her. And where has the body been for the last 9 days? It ain't sat in that dumpster no 9 days.
Man.
Either that nigga got out of jail and moved that body, or something or someone else was involved.
Somebody said something in the chat room. I think it kind of makes sense. They said they laid him out to follow him. How much of that do you agree with?
That's what I'm just alluding to. Either he got out and he moved that body, but he's been out a week. So why would it take them a week to find her unless he just moved the body today? None of this story still doesn't make any sense.
No, it still doesn't make a lot of sense. But don't worry, usually stuff like this come out, somebody gonna end up singing, and we're gonna find out more about it, and it's probably be way more than what we speculating. But one of the things that I said in the beginning, one thing that's ringing in my head that the dad said in the interview, he said, I don't like my baby being in this area. But the mother brought the baby to the area after he said, I don't like you bringing my baby to this area. So that's sticking with me too. And it's making me
also sticking with me that the dad has said, I'm going to be out here all week, and it's taking exactly a week.
Damn, you know what? You sure did say that. You sure did say that.
What if the reason why that baby body was found today because his week to come up with whatever he was supposed to come up with was up?
Ooh. I didn't think about that.
Baby kidnapped on Saturday night, reported him missing on Sunday. They started looking for an Amber Alert. They arrested Fat Mama and Porn Boo Monday, or either might as well say Tuesday, late night Tuesday, Porn Boo gets out of jail. If you're going to kill the baby then, or whatever you're going to do, then it shouldn't have took the authorities to another week, because today is Tuesday again to find the baby if they was watching him. But the daddy said last Monday, we're going to be out here I'm out here all week long. Mm-hmm. It's been a week now, dude. Your 7 days is up. You ain't paid up.
And you know what? That's what the rapper said. You know what happened to your child, man, while you out here fronting, dude.
Now all of a sudden, just like you say, now all of a sudden it's been exactly 7 days. Then time is up.
Damn.
Somebody else is involved in this. Because you better believe if they think that porn dude had any hand in this, you know they was on his ass watching him.
So, I'm just lost for words, man. I don't even know what to say. I really don't. It's too many questions that need to be asked, too many holes in the story. And it seems like you just go either way with this story. And you coming up with theories saying, you know, there's somebody else involved, then more likely it probably is. You just never know with these stories. There's somebody
There
else is
has
likely
to be, because
involved.
from the kidnapper to them arresting them wasn't even a good 24 hours. Think back on the timeline now. From the time that they said this baby was missing, the Amber Alert went live. It wasn't a good 24 hours later, not even when they arrested baby kidnapper and porn dude.
I need to find a timeline. I know it's somebody got a timeline somewhere.
Where's the village secretary?
Yeah, I think she in the chat room. Lady Rose Supreme, if you can find me the timeline to this, we can go over the timeline and see all the events that took place. Please send it to me if you can find me the timeline. Somebody sent me something else. I don't know if it's the same thing that I just got through watching, but I'm finna see in just a minute.
While you looking for that, it's a homegrown foolishness going on right here in our city, like a half a mile down the street from me. That reads similar to this.
What's going on with that?
This morning, you know, there was a murder in Country Squire, also known as the View at Shelby Farms.
Or what they say happened?
I ain't gonna say what they said. I'm gonna tell you what I know happened.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay. My holistic healthcare provider, one of them anyway, is a player in this situation.
Okay.
About 3 weeks ago, holistic healthcare provider pulls up on me, telling me about how him and his homeboy had robbed somebody. I said, why? He says the nigga tried to finesse us on the pack. So we masked up and went up in the nigga house and laid his baby mama and kids down and took the pack back and hid it for $6,500 or whatever. I said, bro, that karma coming back to your ass. The nigga girl and his kids didn't have shit to do with that. And if you think he wronged you, and you supposed to stare at him straight in his face and let him know what it was. When you masked up, you drew a line in the sand. Y'all gonna get that back. 3 days after that, Fox 13. We're looking for 2 cars and such shooting on Germantown Parkway because the niggas, they took the pack back from the dude and thought they was really gonna sit there in the Country Square and serve the pack. Niggas sent some niggas over there. Niggas got some change from them. When they come out the house with the change, niggas get back in here. They hit them, took the pack back, took the money back. Pistol whoop a little holistic healthcare provider. He come around here again crying. I told him, I says, that ain't all you gonna get. You better get your ass out of town. So, I'm skipping a part. After the niggas when they hopped in the car and chased the niggas down Germantown Parkway toward the mall, shooting at each other in traffic like this the Wild Wild West. That's when he come running over here with his car with holes in it looking like Swiss cheese. And I told him, bro, get away from me with your bad juju and get your ass out of town before you be laid out horizontally somewhere. Y'all play with that dude's kids. You think he really gonna take that shit lightly?
Right.
So my holistic healthcare provider left town and went to the sticks and the bushes of Interstate 40. This morning, I was minding my own business in Zen Hospitality's business and nobody's but, drinking hot cocoa in my little room with the plants. Nigga come calling me. You seen the news? I said, no, what happened? insert name that y'all don't need to know about, just got murdered. I see you lying. The boy sent me the link to Fox 13. They went up in the boy house and laid his ass out horizontally in the parking lot. That's what you get for playing with people's children.
Damn.
And I told him come call me back a few hours ago crying. I said, bro, I hope you got enough sense to keep your ass out of town because you know you're next when they catch you.
Damn.
There's some pussies out here, but everybody ain't one of them.
All right.
You didn't have no business playing with that nigga's kids. Y'all could have caught him anywhere. Y'all could have did anything. Y'all could have staked the house out, waiting until the girl and the kids went to McDonald's, anything. When you put that boy's kids in the mix of y'all's bullshit, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
That is crazy. Yeah, Lady Rose Supreme, the dates, everything took place with this baby. Just, yeah. Yes, that is Rio. That's her. Yes, it is.
What does that mean?
Yeah, that's you. So, all right, guys, I got another video.
I'm seeing the comments and I don't mind. I ain't reloading or something.
You probably ain't looking at. You ain't looking at the show.
Yes.
You might need to go log.
Never mind. It updated.
Okay. All right, guys, we got another video. I don't remember who sent this to me. I don't know if this is the same thing or not. But let's see what they say in this one. I got a feeling it might be the same thing I just got to watching.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, this is like the police. What? Is this police?
Yeah.
And whoever the camera person is a bad cameraman.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mic check 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good evening. I wish I had all of you gathered here with good news. I wish I could share a high five or some other type of celebratory salutation, but I cannot.
I mean, and this is the same one I just got through watching just from a different angle.
I brought you here today because the Birmingham Police Department, along with the FBI, have located the remains of a 3-year-old child who we believe to be Kamille Cupcakes.
Okay, yeah, I think this is the same thing I played earlier. They just got it from a different angle.
Inside of a dumpster.
And
they were recovered inside of a landfill here in Birmingham. We had been detaining all of the trash.
Okay, yeah, somebody said it is the same video. Okay, so I don't need to play that. Somebody just sent me something too. I already seen that right there. What's this right here? I'm looking for the timeline.
Hold on for a minute.
Okay.
Schrodinger's cat. If you can find the link to them ratchet hoes when they was following their car, send it to Chris because he ain't seen this. But I agree with your statement. I think that was them too. I think that was them moving that baby's body when them hoes seen it. And they thought it was Dominique, but it was somebody else bringing the baby's body out the house because that happened in between all of this. They said they dropped her 2 or 3 times, but what they didn't say was when they dropped her, Was she awake? Did she move? Was she wiggling around? They just said wrapped in a sheet. How do they know all of this? And how do they know it was her if the baby was wrapped in a sheet? It's too many questionable things about this whole situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't seen that video of the girls or whatnot, but I do want to see it now.
Basically, it's a carload of hoes and a baby. And they're live on Facebook. I
Okay.
forgot the girl's name. I knew what the girl's name was, but I forgot. And they're saying, we following them, we following them. They had that baby, they had that motherfucking baby. Dude wrapped the baby up in a brown shoe, put the baby in the car. They tried to put us on a high-speed chase. They eventually ended up calling the police or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And leaving the police back over there. Then they turned around. There was another video circulating of an older woman who I remember I told you I was going down the rabbit hole of Dominique's other baby's mama.
Mm-hmm.
They sent the SWAT team to the other baby's mama's house.
Mm-hmm.
Dominique, mammy-in-law, if that makes it simpler for the people that's listening.
Mm-hmm.
SWAT team went to Dominique's mammy-in-law's house, and she was like, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I don't even know the baby. Why in the hell would I kidnap somebody's baby? Why in the hell would I even be holding somebody's baby? It don't make no sense. This lady was walking around on camera mad as hell because the police was at her house. It's too much fuck shit surrounding this.
Yeah, it is. Too much. I found something interesting right here that I just pulled up. Let me send this to myself. Lady Rose Supreme must have found something. Hold on.
Because this shit keeps repeatedly happening, you gotta know that monsters walk amongst us. How mad do you have to be to do something to a kid, whether it's yours or somebody else's?
Thank you. Thank you.
It takes some anger to fuck a grown person up.
Thanks to several
How mad you gotta be to do something to a kid? Like Jay did the show of one of them niggas cut them two babies' heads off and killed them all.
Yeah, I heard about
How
that.
mad do you have to be?
I heard about that.
And then little kids like this, they can't tell it. That's why I love. I ain't gonna talk about that. I'm not gonna talk about that because it goes against your show rules, and plus I don't need to open up the can of worms. But
yeah, please don't.
No, because I was gonna bring everybody's attention, especially if they're dual. If they know the platform that I used to be on, maybe they watched this because I politely made them delete it after it happened. Fuck it, I ain't ashamed. Those of y'all who watch the other fella's show. Y'all remember back in like September when me and him went because the motherfucker tried to play with me about my baby? And they had me like 15 flavors of fucked up. It wasn't the fact that my baby was with my ex-husband and he was playing games because legally he had a right to be with his kid. But because I know the sort of lifestyle that nigga lived. And he got bitches and family members and folks around him that do not like me. I didn't want to have to end up on Nancy Grace because somebody done something to my kid, all because they mad as shit with me for some petty shit.
Oh.
Somebody put a link in the comments.
Yeah, they put a link in the comment section?
Yeah.
The only links that come through is mod, so if they not a mod, they won't be able to post no link.
That's what I'm saying. It's Dark Power. Put a link in the comments.
She did? Okay, I gotta wait till you catch up because it's scrolling up now.
And Ross says she sent the timeline, so check your messages.
Okay. I'm gonna play that now. Hold on. She pulled up.
Long few days with an exhaustive search thanks to several tips.
Yeah, let's take a look back to see how we got where we are today. At 8:30 Saturday night, Kamille was abducted from a birthday party at Tom Brown Village. Then just after midnight, authorities issued an Amber Alert for the 3-year-old. Later Sunday morning, they held a news conference. At nearly 1:30 that afternoon, Birmingham police released the first photos of an SUV believed to be involved in Camille's abduction. And about 5 hours later, they released the picture of a person of interest. Late that evening, police announced they'd found the SUV at a condo in Centerpoint.
All this
took
in
one
one
person
night?
of interest into custody for questioning.
And Monday at 10:30 in the morning, the police chief held a news conference announcing 2 people of interest were in custody, and they'd expanded the Amber Alert to surrounding states. Tuesday at 11:30, Governor Ivey issued a proclamation for a $5,000 reward. And then at 6 o'clock, police announced the 2 people of interest were being held on charges unrelated to the missing child. Today around 10 this morning, a large number of police swarmed an apartment complex off of Jefferson Avenue in response to a tip, but didn't find Kamille. And a few hours later at 4, the police chief made a plea to surrender the child at any safe place like a fire station or hospital. And Crime Stoppers announced another reward, $20,000.
The Amber Alert now includes neighboring states. We've told you about rewards for information leading to her safe return. For updates anytime, download the WVTM 13 app and sign up for alerts so you know the minute something changes.
So listen to that timeline. Damn, they did all that in one evening. You know, she came up missing. Then they already had a person of interest and all that all in one night. That's interesting. Appreciate that, Lady Rose Spring. Appreciate that. That's an interesting timeline.
And the next morning, they arrest Derek and the foreign dude. Speaking of Derek, while we're here with it right now, the people that grew up with that girl says that her name is not no fucking Derek, Irisha, nothing. That her name is Quanisha or Quanika or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why her name is being publicized is Derek Irisha. And I can testify to the veracity of this statement. If you've never gone to jail before, the first time that you're ever booked into jail, you can tell the motherfuckers your name is Elmer Fudd. They're going to put that shit in the system. And every time you go back to jail after that, they could know your real name and they're still going to book you in as Elmer Fudd.
Mm-hmm. So I didn't know a female could be named Derek. You know, that I don't know.
Bullshit or typo or whatever went on, but that's what she's booked into the jail system as. When she was arrested for their kidnapping, and now that's her name for the rest of her life. And as the wretched host who broke that story, who told the thing about what her real name was, said, she actually didn't game the system if you think about it. Because that girl can go anywhere now, and as long as she's not fingerprinted, she can still pass a background check, and nobody will ever know she was arrested for kidnapping.
Damn. Well, I found this on News One, and it says everything you need to know. Everything to know about Kamille Cupcake Mckinney, toddler abducted in Birmingham, Alabama. The toddler was reportedly abducted while at another child's birthday party. And this was updated not too long ago at 10:16 tonight. Today is the 22nd, right? Yeah. It was updated tonight. So it says as follows. Remains of a toddler found in Alabama Tuesday were believed to be missing 3-year-old girl. According to news reports, police said they believe they have found Kamille Cupcake Mckinney, who went missing more than a week ago in Birmingham, Alabama.com reported. Then it said her body was found in a dumpster, police said. Then it said Mayor Randall, what is this? Oh, never mind. It said Mayor Randall Woodfin, Woodfin, okay, asked Birmingham and its residents for solidarity in a series of tweets he posted Tuesday night. He says in the tweet that Kamille is gone. Ripped away from her family. The pain her family is enduring right now is unimaginable. Know that whoever perpetrated this crime will be brought to justice and will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Then he goes to say, but tonight, right now, at this moment, I ask one thing of this community, not to take sides, not to finger point. I ask every member of the 99 neighborhoods that makes up our city to stand in solidarity. Help me with this. Solidarity. Thank you. Besides his broken family, now more than ever, this family needs us. All right.
Random fun fact, people. Our best friend from that video, the rapper Pussy Ass Nigga, he's out on bond right now for killing the mayor's nephew.
You did tell me that. You did tell me that. Okay. Then it goes on to say, this is a tough moment for this city. This is a tough moment for this family. What Finn said. 2 people who are already in custody on separate charges were also expected to be charged with Mckinney's murder and kidnapping. There were no reports of what motives that the suspects, Patrick Starworth, 39, and 29-year-old Derek Irisha Brown could have had for allegedly kidnapping and killing the young girl. The couple has maintained their innocence. Police had a conference Tuesday night to make the announcements. I already showed y'all the conference. Governor Kay Ivey, he tweeted, he says, given the tragic news that is breaking this evening, I offer my heartfelt condolences to Kamille's family and profound thanks to law enforcement and all the volunteers who have worked tirelessly in search of this precious little girl. The heart of our state is broken, but our resolve must be to do everything we can to avoid this tragedy from happening to another family. Our prayers are with Kamille's family and all who have been touched by this nightmare. What it says. All right, so it goes to explain the original story for October the 17th. Tyler was abducted in Birmingham, Alabama this past weekend, gripping the nation and fueling calls for a safe return. With no word on where 3-year-old Kamille Cupcake Mckinney could be nearly a week later, there seemed to be more questions than answers. Here's what we know so far. It says, according to Alabama.com, Mckinney was abducted on Saturday evening while she was with her mother and other family members at a birthday party. She was last seen in the parking lot of Tom Brown Village public housing community with other children who reported that a black male, listen guys, a black man got out of an SUV and put Mckinney in the vehicle. Police found out that the SUV in question turned out to be a Toyota, give me that word again. Sequoia. Per surveillance footage from a nearby Shell gas station that also showed images of a possible suspect. Police quickly ruled out the possibility that Mckinney's disappearance had anything to do with a custody dispute. Then it goes on to say that the Alabama law enforcement agency issued an Amber Alert for Mckinney hours later, and on Sunday the FBI announced that it would also get involved in the search. Ashley Gooden, I don't know who she is, but she got a check mark on her name on Twitter. She said, if you just got another Amber Alert on your phone and still haven't been able to put a face to it, here's 3-year-old Kamille Mckinney. Her dad provided these pictures and is begging and pleading that someone come forward to Birmingham police with any information. Then the article goes on to say that Mckinney's father, Dominique Mckinney, gave perspective on the little girl who disappeared, has saddened countless people and inspired many others to aid in the search for her. She's a good girl, he said. She's sweet. She's sweet. She's really lovable. Everyone loves Cupcake. April Thomas says Mckinney's mother also urged the community to call the toddler by her nickname if they think they have spotted her. If anybody sees Cupcake, just call her by her name. Thomas tearfully said, don't call her Kamille. She understands Cupcake. On Wednesday, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children announced that it would be assisting with trying to locate Mckinney. Though the NCMEC Vice President Robert Lowry said that it is very rare that these days for children to be abducted by strangers. He urged the community not to fear the worst. I'm going to pause it there for a minute. How much of that do you agree with? He said it is very strange that, it's very rare these days for children to be abducted by strangers. How much of that do you agree with?
60-40.
Audience, how much do y'all agree with? Let me repeat it for y'all. It says it's very strange these days for children to be abducted by strangers. Audience, how much of that do you agree with? And if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up for your boy. You know, we almost got 40 in the bit, and I only got 26 likes. Come on now. I know we can do better than that, man. We can do better than that.
Only reason why I say 60-40 is 60%, yeah, it is a family member, somebody know, a pissed off friend, a dope dead or something like that. 40% because we're living in pervy times and we're in the advent of social media and everybody want to put all their business up there, where you work at, where your kid go to school at, what they look like, when they shitted, what they ate. We're going to be at Chuck E. Cheese from 2 to 4. You're putting your kids out here for these
Amen.
Amen. To stop.
Amen. Amen. You hit it right on the spot. And I don't know why people do that. And I'm going to go so far as say this. And my man Vez in the building, he said it is rare. Lady Royal Supreme said you and her brain. So I guess y'all thinking the same thing. Neighbor Nisi said 50-50. You know, so okay, you got some people that's rocking with you. You got some people that probably got different numbers or whatnot. And that's, I want to bring this up too, because remember, I think I brought it up last night when I said, you know, you said call about Cupcakes, don't call about Kamille. Why would you even sit up there, put out there, now call about her name? Why would you tell people to call her by her nickname? And why do she only respond to Cupcake? And what I just read, it says she only understand Cupcake. So why does she only understand Cupcake? Do she not understand her first and last name?
Now you want me to open the Schrodinger's box of Negro ignorance to explain why them kids don't know their name ain't little moo moo until they actually go to school, and in some schools they have to call them by their nicknames.
Go ahead.
Tell me how you feel. The teacher is the one that normally has to train the kids when they go to school. They have to be the ones that potty train 5- and 6-year-old kids and tell them their name ain't little nook nook. Your name is L.A. apostrophe Shanquavia. I''s.
And you know what? And that's not being funny. I hear stories like that to this day. That teachers got to be the one to learn the kids of their name and a lot of stuff. And I think that's sad. So bullshit aside, that's true. That's true. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's Lord, I'm gonna make somebody mad. I don't give a shit though. Because it's been said before, and it's going to be said again, and I'm going to say it right now. The motherfuckers ain't over there having children just because they like children and they want to pass along a legacy or a family name or anything. They have children because they fucking raw, they refuse to use birth control. And once the kids come, the kids turn into a source of income. When it comes to these babies, when these hoes, yes, I said hoes because you ain't nothing but a hoe. When these hoes have these babies, you only a baby in the trap for the first 12 months of your life. After you start walking and talking and have to be fed real food, and you ain't got this silky baby doll, Barbie doll hair no more for them to play in, your ass is on your own. That's when you're going to have to fix your own ramen noodle, pour your own cup of juice, climb your ass up on the cabinet and thug it out. That's how, ain't you noticed that the babies be taken care of, but them toddlers on up be unkempt as shit until the kids themselves learn how to take care of themselves. And I told you this the other day when we wasn't even on the air. Trap kids learn from an early age independence. That's why they have no problem with leaving little children unattended like that, because the kids already grown up unattended. So they know not to fuck with most things.
And you know what? You say you may make somebody mad. You actually got people in there that disagree with you. They say speak on it. You got somebody say speak on it.
Yeah, but sometime or another, these motherfuckers gonna come back later on, and just because this one little snippet downvote your video or some old shit because they feel some sort of way, because 9 times out of 10, they asses had to climb up on the cabinet and make their own bowl of cereal because their mammy was laid up in the back with some nigga, and that's if she was even at home.
But you ain't lying though, because I see this to this day too. You know, why you think otherwise? You hear stories about 13 years old sitting up here watching little toddlers. What a 13-year-old know about watching toddlers? Now maybe that's I I guess that maybe there is appropriate age to babysit, but at the same time, I totally don't agree with it because they still trying to get their brain to function fully 100 and get their stuff together. So what they know about keeping kids, and that's why you hear a lot of these stories that when the mothers or whoever come back to the house, shit happens. You know, one of the childs died, they drowned, the house got caught on fire. You know,
That actually be when they be leaving them under 13-year-old. By the time they trap kids or teenagers, they are full-on adults. They know how to cook, clean, take the money down to the MLG and W and some more shit because the parents don't be shit. The 13 and 14-year-old little girls is the ones, I hate to say it, but it's the God's honest truth, out here selling pussy and carrying on and lying like they grown because they have to fend for themselves and they have grown up programmed that, hey, your pussy, you know, can come with a little bit of jangle to it if you know what to do and say, and then watch their mammas and their aunties and their big sisters and shit. They already know how to care for basic baby care because they've had to raise their little siblings from the time they were 9, 10 years old because that's how old they be when they could leave the house and the oldest one is in charge.
Now,
ain't you notice every time a house catch on fire, the oldest kid in the house don't never be no older than 10.
Amen. Amen. And I want you to see what Rio said. She said, oh, baby won't eat noodles. She said she is accustomed to her cooking for her. Okay. But let me ask you this. In the audience, I'm going to ask y'all this too. Everybody in the building, I'm going to ask you this too. Some parents believe putting responsibilities on a young teenager like that is actually teaching them morals and values. How much of that do you agree with? And audience, how much of y'all agree with that? Do you think leaving responsibilities like that to a 13-year-old or 12, I ain't going to lower than 12. Let's go from 12 to 14. A lot of people think leaving responsibilities like that to a 12 or 14-year-old is teaching them morals and values. Now, you're a woman and you're a black woman. And the people in the audience, how much of that do you agree with?
0%, because everybody I know that had this shit forced on them at a young age, it didn't teach them no morals and values. Them heifers grew up to be slack as fuck, live off the government, do all sorts of shit, have a house full of kids, let the kids be the source of income. Matter of fact, I was on the phone with you with somebody the other night, and my daughter texted me telling me that I know that insert her childhood friend's name, had 6 kids. My daughter ain't but 24 years old. So that means her childhood friend is 24 years old. A 24-year-old with 6 kids. You wanna know why she got 6 kids? Because when she was 12 and 13 years old, her mama had a house full of damn kids and wasn't never there. So she had to grow up her whole life raising the siblings. So as soon as she could pop out of hungry hippo marble on her own, she did it, and she ain't stopped. And I actually know the mama. The little girl ain't doing the same, treading the same path her mama did. Young with a house full of kids, don't do shit and constantly popping kids out. Somebody said something about fucking raw name skill days. Girl, the trap is got 50% communicable diseases over there. Herpes is rampant in the ghettos, gonorrhea and chlamydia and shit, and they ain't doing nothing but mixing it together. Cause the same nigga can go to 5 different houses and fuck and spend 5 minutes with his children spread around 5 different houses. You think he can spread them diseases around 5 different houses? Then once you got something like herpes or AIDS and you can't get rid of, ain't no point in stopping then.
My man Cortez said he knew a girl in 12th grade year who was pregnant with her 4th kid in 12th grade, pregnant with 4 kids. Now, let's go back to what you said about, the young kids, selling pussy. Not being funny, but dead serious though, because I remember a long time ago, I think it was my senior year, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember the girl's name, but I think she was coming out of school like right behind me. And damn, I lost my train of thought. Where the fuck I finna go with this? What were we talking about?
You was talking about young girls.
Yeah. And I went on this girl house a couple of times, and these 2 kids was over there, and these kids were just running all over the place or whatnot. And I did this just for the hell of it to see what the kids say. Because me and the girl supposed to be talking. The girl had went into the house. And I asked the kid, I said, hey, have y'all seen other dudes come over here? You know what the babies told me? Yep. I said, who they be here for, the mama or her? They said her.
Both of them.
No, they said her because the mama was a dyke. The mama was a dyke. Allegedly, the mama was a dyke.
She liked dick at some point in time.
But see, here's my point, the reason why I asked the children that. Because, just like you just said, and I'm glad you brought that up, kids mimic and they learn what they see. So just like you said, and just like the brother said, the dad, when he said he seen all the doors, when he saw the doors out the hinges and looking at everybody else's door, you could tell that the cousin got people running in and out the house. And you don't even take care of your own kids. So not only you not take care of your own kids, but your kids is seeing you letting people run in and out your house. 9 times 10, probably Negroes run in and out your house. So how can a lot of people don't feel that what their child do does not reflect them? Prime example, when I asked that baby that, you as a girl who's still in high school, but yet people run in and out this house to come and see you. But these kids seeing this. And then they mimic what they seeing, what you're doing. And then when they get older, then their parents gonna see what they doing. It's like it's a setting trend. Go ahead. You finna say something. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Child abuse and neglect is normalized in the trap. They see nothing wrong with it. It's not the fact that they turn a blind eye to it. It's not the fact that they don't know that this shit is wrong. Mm-hmm. It's the fact that they have grown up and it's normalized. They're programmed to believe that's how it should go. Ain't nothing wrong with living in poverty and squalor, because I had to. My mom and them had to. Ain't nothing wrong with leaving some little children at home unattended, because I was left home unattended. My mama did it to me. Ain't nothing wrong with letting 2- and 3-year-old kids outside by themselves and nobody watching, because I used to play outside, me and my brother and them, and mama didn't, nothing happened to us. Mm-hmm. Ain't nothing wrong with feeding your children on the floor like a dog instead of buying a $99 dining room table. Shit, if you got to get a piece of plywood and some milk crates. Because we ate on the floor and nothing was wrong. Mama did it. Everything is mama did it to us. Mama did this and grandmama did that. Them mamas and grandmamas fucked them motherfuckers up. And them the ones out here raising. Well, ain't raising. We're going to put raising in parentheses. Not parentheses in quotation marks, raising this generation of neglected, fucked over kids, because we have never seen this much fuckery when it comes to children, except for this generation right here that's supposed to raise the kids. They're the most reckless when it comes to these kids' lives. They're the most reckless with their own fucking lives.
Hey, speak on it. Speak on it.
And they don't give a fuck because nobody was there to give a fuck for them. Their mamas was out being hoes, and their dad is, if they had one, 9 times out of 10, is either still locked up or just now getting out of jail from when the Clintons did they little doohickey with the mandatory minimum sentence for them to be in dope boys. Mm-hmm. So nobody had no sort of sense of direction. Then you get these cheap ass, skulls bucket ass schools that ain't teaching them shit, because all they want to do is fill the seats and pass them on to the next grade so they keep that federal grant money coming in. You got burnt out ass teachers who gotta let kids come in from little kid. You gotta be potty trainer. You gotta comb the head. You gotta teach them about basic sanitation, washing their hands after they pee. You gotta stop them from coming to the fucking pre-K calling each other bitches and hoes. I have teacher friends. They say 65% of their day ain't spent doing numbers, little shapes, and colors. It's little nook. Don't say that. That's a bad word. They stop little kids from standing up in the lunch table calling each other pussy ass niggas and shit like that. So you ain't getting no education. You ain't getting no upbringing. Then you got to go home and be alone because your mammy either somewhere fucking, sucking, high, something, and the neighbors don't give a shit because they was raised the same way and they think the shit is normal.
I asked a lady years ago, and rest in peace to her. I can't recall how many children she got off the top of my head, but I remember when she was pregnant and she was having twins. And I had asked her, I said, once you drop these twins, are you going to get your tubes tied? She said, no. I said, oh, really? She said, no. She said, I'm going to have as many kids that God bless me with. I said,
girl, God blessed you with birth control and common sense. Was God going to bless her with enough money to take care of those children?
Well,
so that wasn't on her prayer list.
Well, I seen the twins. They doing fine. Last time I seen they doing fine and well. Again, rest in peace to the mom. But when she told me that, I was just like, wow. I don't know. I guess that's a person's choice. If they want to continue to have a children or not. But you would think at some point, I think you say, hey, enough is enough, because the more you have, the more mouths you feed. But then again, what you just brought up a good point. The more kids you have, I guess the more assistance that you get, the more money you probably get, and this, that, and the third. And I agree with you, because I said that with a lot of strings. I think a lot of women have children just for the benefit aspect. They don't really give a damn about the child. They just doing it for the benefit aspect.
They ain't even getting that much.
Say what?
They don't give you but like $100 a kid.
Well, to some people, that's a lot. Some people, that's a lot. I mean, me and you in Memphis. I don't know about in other places, but me and you in Memphis. Now, we know that these motherfuckers down here, we get family first. I heard some say they don't go over $500, but I'll let you explain it if you know about that. And family first, that's the money aspect, where they can go withdraw the money and I guess do whatever they want with the money aspect of it. But then in food stamps, they get a shitload of food stamps,
Families First Families First is both of them really. The cash aid and the food stamps are both federal programs that are then trickle down to the state for disbursement. The federal standards is on average $130 a month per child.
Mm-hmm.
They cap it off at 3 children, just like the federal government won't give you a tax deduction for more than 3 dependents.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they'll let you claim as many as you want to, but they're going to pay you for 3.
Mm-hmm.
The state is the same way. They're going to pay you for 3. Now, when it comes to food assistance, yeah, they allot a certain amount of money. So them hoes getting this, as my little friend says, buku stamps every month. But I guess when it's a combined total of cash and prizes, you get this handful of money, these food stamps, this free housing, free health care, free child care. All that, the combined total cash prize package means you can lay up on your ass, have a baby, do nothing, and then of course all your hot faulties they add up for something too. But my thing is this, and this is my own scientific, casual observations of the whole shit after marrying an adult version of a trap baby and watching that whole environment.
I want you to look in the comment section, look at what Dog Paul said. She said, shit, not here. I know someone with 5 kids and pregnant again, and she get a lot of shit, and she even got free housing. Now, down here in Memphis, I never heard anybody got free housing. But I could be wrong. And somebody
Section
said...
8.
That's what they call it? That's what they call free housing?
If you ain't got no income, your house is free. You can't pay 30% of nothing.
Well, damn. Okay.
No, but this is my casual observation of this whole trap hood ass lifestyle. I want everybody to think about back when they was 5 years old. You was in kindergarten. You was playing with your little Star Wars man or your little Cabbage Patch doll. And you was thinking about when you became a grown-up. When you become a grown-up, you playing with your little baby dolls and pretending those are your kids. And you're a little boy and you're playing with your little cars and shit. One of these days, you're going to be able to drive. Maybe you're a smart little kid and you even got career aspirations. I'm going to be a this and I'm going to be a that when I grow up. Mm-hmm. But most kids, when you're a child, you just want to be a grown-up so you can do big grown-up shit. Drive a car, wear your own clothes that nobody told you to do, eat what you want to eat, go where you want to go, and do what you want to do. But you have no concept and no thought that you got to grow up and work and go to school and do all this sort of stuff in order to be that grown up. That's how trapped people are. The motherfuckers is over there living like gigantic, oversized, old ass children. They're allowed to reproduce all willy nilly and be in charge of other people's lives. And they're programming those people to live and think the same damn way. I done seen little girls. This is why I stopped catering baby showers for any random motherfucker that come to me with some money, because too many teenage girls' families was booking me for baby showers, and I'm not finna be complicit in you celebrating a little girl ruining her fucking life. You're not finna rent my throne chairs and set your 12 and 13-year-old daughter in it and eat meatballs like this is a fucking celebration. That shit fucked with my conscience, and I stopped doing it. And I didn't give no fucks about, oh, Spencer only want to cater for the white people. Bitch, I cater for the moon man, but I'm not finna sit up here and spend my 2, 3 o'clock in the morning planning a celebration of a kid ruining their fucking lives. Then when these little girls go out here and get pregnant, they'll sit up there and tell them, you can go get you some stamps, and you can go get you some this, and you can go get you some that. I've heard this with my own little ears. You fucking now, you better not let no nigga better not get no nigga no pussy. He can't put nothing in your purse. A wet pussy and a dry pocketbook don't match. All this sort of shit to a child.
They saying this to a teenager. They say this to a teenage girl.
Now, this teenage girl is in charge of a child's life.
Exactly.
And just like somebody else said in the comments, by the time they're supposed to be seniors in high school, they got 2 or 3 people running around that they're in charge of, and they ain't in charge of themselves. Because studies have shown that when these girls have these babies at young ages, their mental development is stunted at that age.
And I agree with you there. You know, I just think it's a damn shame that, you know, as teenagers and you pregnant, and you brought up a good point with that. You know, why would I celebrate my youngin being pregnant where this is the time she need to be talking to the most? As a matter of fact, she need to been talking to, period. But to celebrate a baby shower for a teenager, you just put something in my head. I don't think I'd be cool with that either. What are we celebrating?
Right.
What exactly are we celebrating?
And you sending a bad message to her little homegirls who, you know, if I go get pregnant, I ain't gonna get in trouble neither. My mama and them gonna scrape up the money and get a title on and hire Spencer, and I can have me a baby shower that look like Kiki Wise from the Instagram. The shit is sending a bad message.
That's what I'm saying. And see, when you
teach
teach
little girls roaming around here right now actively trying to get pregnant with little apps on their phone. It's little teenage girls around here faking pregnant because some little boy that they want at the schoolhouse don't want them and dating another girl. Where they get that sort of mentality from as children? Because baby, it won't be very long. I got a little girl. She turned 8 years old. She turned 8 a month ago. That means in 5 good years, my baby gonna be a teenager. If my little girl come up motherfucking pregnant, and I got some grown ones too, and they'll call into the show and tell you the same thing. Mama didn't play that shit. If we had came up pregnant, she would have went broke in their abortion clinic and been there making coffee and brought some cupcakes. So when the staff came the next morning and got this shit up out of us, I tell my young daughters right now, and they grown women, ma'am, don't let your little homegirls who ain't got no good sense pressure you into thinking that you got to be somebody's mama. Y'all have y'all whole lives to do this shit. And if y'all never have a grandchildren, good. You young women, go travel the world. Have some whole time to yourself. Make some memories with your little friends. You have some kids, your life is ruined. And I ain't gonna say having y'all ruined my life, but Lord knows I had a whole long list of other shit I could have been doing other than being somebody's mama for the last motherfucking 30 years of my existence.
And you know what? And that's another thing too, peer pressure. You know, peer pressure, it depends on how you can take it. You know, if you got the strong mindset and you're like, no, I'm not finna let y'all pressure me into doing something because I'm looking at you right now and see how you struggling. You could barely come to school because you got this child. If they can look at them say and see that I'm looking at you, nah, I don't want to do what you're doing. You know, you my home girl or nah, but I don't want to be like you. All right. But you got some, like you say, that just want to be in the in crowd. Just because everybody else have a child, they want to have a child too. And you got parents that sit up there and tell their children, you know what I'm saying? What you say, don't let your wet pussy. What's that you said earlier? Don't let your pussy what now?
Wet pussy and a dry pocketbook don't match.
Yeah, wet pussy and a dry pocketbook don't match. You sit there and tell your teenager some shit like that, then you know what example that you sending your daughter. It's not an example because that's a lifestyle that you lived and you want to push it on to your daughter. That's why they
You
don't see
trying
nothing
your
wrong
daughter
with
to
it.
be a hoe because ain't no little boy her own age got no motherfucking money. He ain't got no hot 40s. Them grown niggas that want to fuck do though. Just think about in our generation how many grown niggas pulled up to the high school picking girls up.
How about we go even further than that? How about with some of these mothers that letting their boyfriend come stay with them? How about that? That's the craziest shit I ever heard. And I be hearing these girls be so freely speaking of that shit about the mother.
Here you go. At least if they fuck it, at least I know where they at and they safe.
And that shit is stupid. That's the stupidest shit to say. So you allow the boyfriend to come stay there, and just because you know they in the house, at least I know where they fucking. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Are you fucking kidding me?
Hold up, Jonah had a question for Cortez, and I'm gonna answer for him. He's talking about girls that are seniors in high school, kids in kindergarten. It's possible. It's high schools right now that have daycares on site for the students' children. So it is very possible for a girl who is in 12th, even really younger than that, it's very possible for a high school girl to have a kindergartner.
And that's a
depending
damn
upon
shame.
when she had that kid.
That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. So how do you handle a teenager with a child? And I'm asking in a sense, you want
with a
them
needle full of Depo-Provera.
No, wait, hold on.
Birth control patch. Stop them from doing this shit again.
No, I'm saying, how do you go by, keeping them in school, keeping them in their education? Because think about it, you as a mother, depending on the type of mother that you are, I mean, you still got your life, you got to go to work, you have your downtime you trying to do, you got time that you want to go out and hang out and whatnot, I mean, just how does that work? And especially with the girl going to school, she got to continue to go to school. She want to get a diploma. So how does that all work?
Usually it takes something like that it takes those community programs from the school of, okay, you got this baby. Your parent actually was slack as shit and didn't teach you not to do this. So we're going to keep you on the right path of bring your ass to school, bring your baby with you. You need a bus pass, here you go. You need a baby gift card, here you go. Your baby needs some Pampers, go over here and look in this closet.
Mm-hmm.
And it is like the schools and the community organizations do all that they can to keep these girls on track. But I still say that it has to be a prevention. Fixing the shit on the back end is fine, but what about fixing the problem before it occurs? But because this shit is going on and they're getting younger and younger, I don't know what age we need to start with discouraging this sort of behavior. Because we got 12-year-olds out here. It's fucking.
I'm glad you said that. So now here would be my next question. This for everybody. Now, Spence ain't got to be the only one to answer these questions. Y'all in the chat room, y'all can answer it too. What is appropriate age to start birth control, and what is appropriate age to talk to your kids about sex?
Sex, I started talking to my children when they were cute. When I realized, they getting a little fuzz on their arms, then we sat down and had to talk. Now, body autonomy and people touching you and this is your so-and-so and all of that, about 5.
Interesting.
You don't let nobody touch your private parts. You don't touch nobody else's motherfucking private parts. Your private parts is your private parts. What are they for? Why does it have a hole down here? I'll tell you about that in a little while. And a little while comes, a few years later.
Mm-hmm.
I got that boy in there, the little teenage boy. He already, got pubic hairs and all this stuff because he's reached puberty. I've had gentlemen in the family have the whole boy talk with him. Look, little nigga, you can get a bitch pregnant now. Don't stick it in unless you got something in between y'all. Don't put your mouth on it. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do the other. And here's how you wash it off. We already gave him the pep talk. And as you see, I don't have any grandchildren. Ain't none of my squad got no communicable diseases. Everybody, even them being, the victims of circumstance from my little foray of going over in the trap with Pico, I got a pretty decent little squad. Even the one that was deceased, he was special needs. And I still set him down and broke it down to him when he was a teenager. And in terms I knew he could understand. This is not what you do. And if you do this, this is the end result of it. Do you want that? If the answer is no, then I just gave you the instructions on how not to do this. And that boy had a mentality of a 5-year-old. But he understood, these little girls don't be winking and blinking at you and carrying on. Don't touch nobody's private parts without at least a Wonder Bread bag in between y'all or something. I don't give a fuck if you got to be like Bobby Boucher. Come on, I ain't got nothing. My mama said. I ain't touching no pussies without some plastic wrap or something in between us.
Well, I asked that for 2 reasons. I remember a long time ago, I forget what age I was. I was staying with my mom's, and she went in my room. Well, they say it's your room, but when they go in there and find something, all of a sudden it's their room for some reason. I don't know why y'all women do that. Y'all say it's our room, but then when y'all go up in there, I come here anytime I want to. It's my room. Okay, make up your mind. Whose room is it? Is it yours or is it mine? But however, though, she came in there and she found a condom. So I got home from work and she's like, Curry, I need to talk to you. I found this condom in your room. I said, okay. And she's like, Curry, let me talk to you about sex. I'm like, I think I like 17. So I'm like, I'm 17 now. Don't you think a little bit too late for this conversation? Don't you think a little bit too late for this conversation? Just because you want to talk to me about it now because you found a condom in my room. If anything, you found a condom in my room. If I am out here fucking, that shit showed you that I'm playing it safe. But you want to talk to me about it now because you found a condom. I mean, don't you think it's a little bit too late to be talking to me about that? Or is it a such thing as ever being too late to talk about sex to your children?
If I go in this boardroom right now and I find a rubber, and I'm quite sure he might have one in there because the nephews or the other big brothers and them gave him one, I'll be happy to know that he is actually trying to keep himself safe out here. And ask him, since I know you're fucking now, do you have any additional questions, concerns, or anything that you may need from me? That ain't the time to be berating a kid and punishing them and carrying on. At least they had the forethought and wherewithal to keep themselves safe out here. Because it's a jungle out here, baby. Them herpes is everywhere.
All them damn STDs is everywhere.
I had a nigga call me today crying because he hadn't got some bad news. I said, damn, nigga, how old as you is? You ain't raw dick and still? Man, know what I'm saying, man? I thought the bitch was clean. I said, you ain't never supposed to thought the bitch was clean. I know bitches you fuck with. Your hoes don't even look clean on the inside. So I told him, I said, look here. Since his old ass didn't have no sense, I said, let me tell you something, sir. I'm going to give you a litmus test for whether or not you should stick your dick into anybody's anything naked. Go to a woman's house for the first time. Don't fuck her until you've been to her house before. If the baseboards and the walls in her house is clean, then you might can take a risk. Because if she put that much dedication into washing the motherfucking walls,
hell no,
then you know damn well that she done had to put that much dedication into her pussy. Because that's some unnecessary shit that most people don't think about. And it be little shit like that. So let that be the litmus test. You go to a nigga house, and his house, he done clean stuff that normal people don't give a fuck about because it's too time consuming or something. That nigga had to care that much about his own person. If he cared that much about his environment, he gives that many fucks about his dick. So anywhere.
You know what? I never thought about that. You know what? So I guess they will answer the question as to why women check out men's bathroom. You could have a we can have a junky room or a junky living room or clutter. Y'all don't mind that. But it's something about that bathroom. If it's not clean, it give y'all a different look at us. What is it about that bathroom that y'all pay so much attention to?
Because them number pigs lay around in filth. And niggas
Damn, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Won't clean up. Because your mammies done told y'all that the bitch gonna do it.
And a wise woman told me that a long time ago. They said, you know, a lot of time when women go in your bathroom, it ain't because they got to use it. They try to check to see do you keep the bathroom clean. And once she told me that, I had other people come behind her and told me the same thing. So I'm like, you know, so that's what y'all really be doing. So it ain't y'all going there to prepare so we can do the Wayne Dane doodle. Y'all don't go in there. Y'all don't go in there and wash it up. So
I'm laughing at Lady Roll. Lady Roll is my spirit boo. Baby, I'm gonna put my Instagram and all this shit in the comments. Come follow me, and the rest of y'all come do it too. Because this lady here is a motherfucker. I do the same damn thing, man.
What she said? She said nope. She said take that bitch to the nearest clinic, get tested. I ain't going off nobody's house. These motherfucking brother wash their ass. Okay. That's why I love Lady Rose Supreme. That's why I love her. Spencer is on the road now.
You're supposed to just throw your shit around all willy-nilly no damn way. That's why I told you the other day. I said my body count so low, I recycles my niggas. and include the ones that's deceased. I know where their asses are buried. They keep coming up with these STDs and lay dormant in your system for X amount of years. If right now, CNN, breaking news, we just discovered a new STD that lays dormant in your system for 22 years. Every nigga that's ever seen my pussy, I can find his ass by a phone call, text, Skype chat, or something within 5 to 7 minutes.
Wait a minute, but I heard there is a new STD. It's a flesh-eating one. I forgot what it's called.
Whole 41, because them scientists got some motherfucking that shit is called HO-41. Shit you not. Google it and put it up on the screen.
Hey, you heard about this? You said Google what now?
HO-41.
HO-41. You know, we kind of got off topic. Then again, not really. Well, I think we pretty much said what we had to say about Cupcakes. You know, her body's been found, and rest in peace to the baby. But it seems like they enjoying the conversation because they love you. They love the hell out of you.
I love my trifling ass.
Okay, you said what's the name of it again? It's called what now?
HO-41. HO-41.
HO-41.
STD Superbug.
HO-41. What comes up with our HO Sports? It's talking about sports and shit. This ain't no damn.
You must have didn't type it in right. There is an STD called HO-41. I shit you not.
Hold on, let me put STD behind it. Uh-oh. Okay. It said it may be an STD from hell, but gonorrhea HO-41 not worse than. That's what the first link said. The second link said sex superbug could be worse than AIDS. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes.
So let me read up on this and see what it says. So you got some seriously. So you got something out there that's worse than AIDS.
Yes. And they got a antibiotic resistant strain of chlamydia or gonorrhea floating around here too.
Well, hold on before I go any further, guys. Are y'all okay with us getting into this topic? You know, because the show was originally about cupcakes. You know, and I want to be respectful to the show. So, are y'all cool with us talking about this, or do y'all feel like this is a conversation that needs to be had? Because it look like y'all too much don't care. You know, y'all kind of like the conversation because it originally was supposed to be about cupcakes. So are y'all cool with this conversation?
Really, the conversation needs to be about how to prevent issues like cupcakes from happening in the near future. Because just look at how ignorant Cupcake's whole family is. Some of these kids don't stand a chance because of how they got here.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a shit more.
Okay, well,
a whole bunch of more cupcakes.
Dr. Paul said, "Go ahead."
A whole dozen, a baker's dozen of cupcakes, if we don't figure out how to fix this shit.
Jonah said, keep a picture. Oh, everybody said they cool with the conversation, so let's continue. Well, I guess it can coincide with babies because maybe some youngins may be listening. And, maybe they can learn a thing or two or what we're talking about right here to prevent them from having children at a young age, or at least make them think at a young age. She said, what are you going to talk about other than Cupcake? Well, we talking about we talk about so much stuff. When did you come in?
We talk about nigga shit.
We
because
talk.
that's what Cupcake is a true victim of, is nigga shit.
So
she was murdered, true enough, but that baby is a victim of nigga bullshit. Because somebody stood on their ass and thought it was cool. And then the baby didn't even have no goddamn shoes on, if you go back to the damn thing. If you go back to the Amber Alert when they was telling about what she wore and keep an eye out for, the baby walking around with no motherfucking shoes on. Outside. We got to kill this mentality of fuckery. If it starts, since we got to start all over from the beginning with home training these people, so it won't be no more cupcakes being, baked some damn where. Because Cupcake got cooked for no motherfucking reason other than the fact that she was surrounded by jackasses in my Thomas Sotomayor voice.
Lady Rose Supreme sent me something about the Lady Rose Supreme. I think this is what I'm looking at right now. So they say this is a sex superbug and it could be worse than AIDS. I'm gonna have to take some time and look this up or whatnot. This crazy. You know what this remind me of? You brought that up. This remind me of, I think they got something else called Blue Waffle or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's check this out. Wow, we're sitting here mourning this baby. It is nearly 11:30. It is 11:30 p.m.
Oh shit! I didn't know the time. I need to get my ass out of here. Go ahead.
Right now, while we're sitting here having this discussion, somewhere in some trap, it's another little flavored cupcake. It's being left unattended for some bullshit to happen to her. And it's probably a 7 or 8-year-old that's supposed to be in charge because the parents ain't nowhere to be motherfucking found, or they don't give a fuck, or they was raised like that, so they think this shit is okay.
Oh, Pia M, you heard about the blue waffle? You heard about that? She said, ew, blue waffle. Yeah, it's something they call, if you know about it, yeah, it's something they call blue waffle.
I bet you a nickel to the last donut that in them same motherfucking projects that this baby being found in that dumpster and that baby being kidnapped was not enough to stop them hoes from letting their kids outside unattended with no supervision. We gotta come up with a solution other than discussion. We can talk about this shit all day long, but until we come up with some reasonable solutions on how to stop what happened to this baby and that other baby and all the rest of the babies from happening, then we're gonna be talking to the end of time. But ain't no results gonna come out of it.
As a matter of fact, as I'm doing this story, and I'm gonna go and wrap it up. They said there was another baby that was found too. I think Tracy L told me that it was another baby that was found. Why they found this baby? I'm not sure
Out of South Carolina, the nigga killed the mama, kidnapped the baby, killed her, and threw her in the trash. And she been missing for some months, and they found the baby in the landfill.
Damn.
That goes back to the same shit. This trap ass bullshit letting any nigga up in the house where the children are. You don't let you dating a nigga, your children ain't dating a nigga. Why your children gotta meet the nigga? Nigga meet me, you got children, baby. Why? Why is that important to you? You ain't gonna never see them.
Let me ask you this question. We're gonna go and wrap this up. And I'm asking people in the audience too. How long should you date somebody before you let them meet your children?
And nobody answered yet, so I'll answer. Let me see. How long do it take for it? Let me see. The background check, that take a while. Because I need the one from the government and the one from the streets. The 3 references, so on and so forth. I don't know, because I've been half-ass dating a nigga for 5 years, and he might have seen my kids 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
And that was on a humbug.
Mm. Somebody said to the 18, somebody said 6 months full dating. Somebody said background check. I've been saying it, background checks. You can't go wrong with background checks.
But wait a minute, pause that background check shit. And now we sweeping around my own front door. That background check shit don't always work, y'all. Cause when I was on that other show, some of y'all that's dual listeners, heard about some of my life and times and shenanigans shit. I married a grown-up trap baby. Old ass nigga whose mammy had him at the age of 13. He didn't know how to do shit, nothing other than swipe a food stamp card. You better believe I ran the background check on that nigga and he didn't have one. That ain't always the standard, because the best monsters ain't never been caught to have a background.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
They got to catch them doing some fuck shit first in order for them to even have a background. The best ones, they getting away with it, because here we go again with the whole trap mentality of it happened to me, so if it happens to my child, then it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
They cool with letting their kids suffer the way that they did. Uncle so-and-so touched your pussy, he touched mine too. We ain't gonna tell nobody about it. And then Uncle James get a chance to molest 4-5 generations of the same fucking family, because everybody see this shit, but they won't say nothing. They sweep it under the rug and it's hush hush.
Yeah, right.
The only thing that gets inherited in the trap is trauma. They don't pass down nothing else through the generations but trauma. Trauma and dysfunction. That baby did not stand a chance. And I hate to say it. God, I hate to say it. Ooh, Lord, I hate to say this. Cupcake might be better off in the arms of the Lord than she was with them ignorant motherfuckers.
You know what? The way this storm going, you probably have a lot of people probably think the same way. They probably think the same way.
Because there wasn't no reason for this shit.
That's the way I said about Malia. With all the events that happened with Malia, you could say the same thing. She was better off probably gone, because look at all the stuff that happened to Malia. The injuries, surgeries, this, that, and the third, and the CPS documents and all this stuff. And this baby was able to be back with them with all this stuff that was going on. So probably a lot of people probably agree with you when you say that. And I'm only saying that because of everything that happened to Malia. And that was so crazy.
When you first covered this, somebody in the comments on this show a couple of days ago was saying, oh, she looks so well taken care of and so on and so forth. Them pictures, them children be spit shine like a motherfucker, sleeping on the floor fighting the roaches every night. You can't go off of what they look like. They're going to dress them up and make them look cute, because that's all they realistically give a shit about. Trap kids be the freshest, dumbest, most unattended to children you ever did want to see.
And on that note, dear, thank you once again for coming on and helping me with this. Another baby gone. Sad, tragic. Now, the only thing we got to do now is sit back and wait and hear the court trials and see what else comes of this story.
Nothing, but the motherfuckers gonna do if they get convicted, cause that's the weird thing is they got to convict them of the shit. They got to prove they did and they convicted of them. But in the meantime, how many other cupcakes are we gonna have to go through?
Amen.
How many other kids got to lay up and suffer because a whole generation of motherfuckers just ignorant as hell and ain't got no regard for these kids? Then the
Amen.
kids themselves. Tommy Sotomayor said it best. In the trap, you don't have a childhood. You survived it, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get grown and they're going to do the same shit because it was done to them and they think it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Hate to say it again. Like I said, the baby might be better off in the arms of the Lord than she was with them ignorant motherfuckers, because what was she going to grow up to be? A motherfucker who letting her baby walk around the projects barefooted in the nighttime with no supervision? A trap ass baby daddy?
Man, well, we would never know now because she is gone. We never know
Her
now.
grandmama named Keisha, Tasha, Tamika, whatever the hell it was. The baby already didn't stand a damn chance.
Well, Spencer, dear, once again, thank you for coming on the show and help me cover this story. And we'll talk a little later, dear.
Yes, yes. It's been good, people. Thank you for having me as always. And I don't think you're gonna let me on too many more times, because you know that jealousy is an ugly thing. Your fans be too enamored with me.
Well, Rio came in and she said, "Is that Spencer?" And like, yep, that's her. And she said, before she left, she said she loves Spencer. She always had loved you. And they like you to capture the attention of a lot of people in the chat room. They every time you speak, they say speak on the Spencer. They don't say speak Chris. I get to say fuck Chris. They just say let's speak, let Spencer speak. But I don't mind though. I don't mind because you actually teaching me too. You teaching me some shit, hit me on shit that I didn't know nothing about. So, but go ahead. I give you the last word.
I promise y'all, I'm gonna get my own platform and stop coming on here capitalizing these people's shows with my, charming foolery, because I really do. I have gone and tread in places where the normal person wouldn't dare go. So I've seen some shit that most people don't even know exists out here in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have seen some shit and I have stories to tell, because it's like I keep saying, I was married to a grown-up version of these abused children. Nobody has that much forethought to think that one day these kids got to grow up. And then what? They're going to be unleashed out here upon the world to either fail or ruin somebody else's life the same way that theirs was, because they don't know no better and this shit is programmed into them.
Mm-hmm.
I vowed after walking away from my bad marriage that I was going to be on a mission to figure out how to prevent, whether it was in the current tense or the future tense, anyone from going through the bullshit that me and my kids had to endure, me and my family and myself. And it seems like it's an uphill battle because it's so much of it.
Amen.
These it's because like right now, this baby's fixing to probably be all over t-shirts tomorrow with photoshopped and wings in the clouds. But nobody in that whole project and all the rest of the projects all across the land are going to wake up and say, this is enough. We got to do something different. They ain't gonna stop fucking over their kids. They're not gonna stop, all this bullshit. It's not gonna stop until those of us who say that we got good sense and decency and respect and love and compassion and kindness step up and do something, say something, figure out something. Because just like I said, the trap people, they living like children over there. Mm-hmm. And not to get political, but the system is making it so because it's encouraging them with all this bullshit. Mm-hmm. We got to be the ones to say, you know what, this is enough. This is a fucking enough. How many kids we got to find in the garbage can before somebody says this shit went too far and stayed too long now?
Absolutely. And on that note, dear, let me let you go so I get on out of here. Again, appreciate you.
Shit, dark pale no, why you ain't put my shit up there?
Yeah, there. All right, chick. I'll catch you later.
All right, y'all. Be good, and you too.
All right.
Bye.
Well, guys, that was Spencer again. Yesterday, we had, full of seriousness. We had seriousness, laughter, sadness, and we come in tonight and kind of find out they found this baby body. But somehow we would still find, I guess, a little humor, something to make us laugh a little bit. I'm actually glad she came on the show, because now I feel a little better, because I was devastated at first, but she made me feel a little better now. And we got our topic a little bit, but I think it was topics that need to be discussed, but probably not the appropriate time to do them topics. But hey, nothing little video editing can fix. So I may just edit it and just cut it out and just re-upload it, or hell, just keep the whole stream up. Why not? But the main focus is what's this baby here, this precious baby here. Like again, I say this is Malia 2.0. That's all this is, Malia Davis 2.0. Another baby gone. Now we gotta wait for justice for this baby and see what truly happened behind this child. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for joining the show tonight. And rest in peace to baby Cupcakes. Let's give another moment of silence. And I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.